This one's a bit of a personal one for me. Firstly, let me clarify that this video will contain major spoilers for Batman Arkham Knight. We've decided to leave this video for a while to give people a fair chance to play it, so if you haven't played it yet and don't want to spoil the story, turn back now. Secondly, let me clarify that despite all the things I'm about to say that may imply otherwise, I really do like Arkham Knight as a game, and I would recommend it on its gameplay alone. But I'm not here today to talk about the gameplay. I'm not here to overanalyze the story. I'm here to talk about the twist. So let's just rip the band-aid off for those of you who didn't heed the spoiler warning. Can we get a drum roll? No. Okay. The Arkham Knight is Jason Todd. As those words escape my lips, I want to punch myself in the jaw for trying to suggest something so stupid. But I won't, because it's true. The Arkham Knight, the brand new villain for this third and final installment of the Arkham trilogy. No, we're not counting Origins, shut up. The villain that was set to rock Batman's world and turn everything he's ever known into dust is Jason fucking Todd. At the risk of getting a little too comic talky, I'm going to give a very brief rundown on who Jason Todd is before I get into why it pains me so much that he's the Arkham Knight. Jason Todd was Robin, Batman's boy wonder sidekick, the second Robin in fact, the first being Dick Grayson, who goes on to become Nightwing, my personal favourite Batman character, and the third being Tim Drake, the current Robin in the Arkham games timeline. Long story short, he wasn't a very popular character, and in the 1988's comic run Death in the Family, DC put Jason's life in the balance and had readers call in and vote on whether he would live or die. The fans decided to put Jason Todd to the firing squad, and he was beaten nearly to death and blown up by the Joker. The fans rejoiced, the Batman brooded, Tim Drake became Robin, and all was well in the Batverse for nearly 17 years. But then, in a 2005 run called Under the Hood, a brand new villain called Red Hood was introduced, set to rock Batman's world and turn everything he's ever known into... Oh, yes, it's the same character with a new lick of paint. And I have a few problems. For one, taking out all other context from outside of the Arkham games, it's still incredibly obvious to see who the Arkham Knight is. For one, this is the first game to ever mention Jason Todd in any kind of depth, and they even devote a very clunky drug sequence to explaining his backstory, a character that's dead, in the third installment. Oh gee, I wonder who this mysterious character from Batman's past who seems to know everything about him is. I wonder if it's the character they hastily gave a backstory to from Batman's past who knows everything about him. It's so painfully obvious that even non-comic fans will probably see it coming. But that leads me to my catch-22 of this twist. There was no way for them to win with it. As far as I see it, there were two scenarios for the big reveal that Jason fucking Todd is the Arkham Knight. Either you know who Jason Todd is, and you see it coming a mile away, or you don't know who he is and the twist is totally lost on you. There's just no good outcome there. Ignoring the other problems for a moment, taking that kind of chance on the big reveal in your finale is just so lame. Speaking of lame, maybe I'm remembering the hype wrong, but wasn't the Arkham Knight supposed to be a new character? I don't mean a new secret identity, but an actual new villain. Like we'd pull back the mask and it would be Superman moonlighting or something. This isn't a new villain. This is a slightly alternate origin for an existing villain-stroke antihero. He even starts calling himself Red Hood when Batman punches the good back into him. Actually, let's talk about that, since we're on the topic of lame stuff. The Arkham Knight is built up the entire game as this unstoppable badass, or badass if you like, that seems to know Batman's plan before he does and always seems to be one step ahead. I gotta admit, I really liked this. In fact, I really liked the Arkham Knight a lot before the reveal. He was interesting, a little witty, and was proven to be powerful through his actions, not just by other characters talking about how powerful he is. So I was super pumped for the final boss fight with him. Perhaps that's my mistake, since outside of the Mr. Freeze fight from City, the Arkham games have done boss fights about as well as I would actually fare in a fight with Batman. I don't even actually mind that the fight was a stealth fight. It made sense to me. This character can actually beat Batman one-on-one, so Bats had to get smart. That's fine, that's cool. But what happens when you sneak up on him? You slap him, tell him he's too drunk and should probably call a taxi. He says he's fine and runs away. Rinse, repeat about 3 times until you finally slap his reset button, and then he's fine. All that resentment for Batman leaving him to die, all that anger towards his friends for abandoning him, gone. You literally punch him out of the plot. Of course, his army sticks around, led by Deathstroke instead, and since I had no less trouble with him than before, it begs the question of why they didn't just get Deathstroke in the first place instead. It's just lame. It's just so lame. They built such an interesting character and seemed to lose interest 20 seconds before the end. Arkham Knight is by no means a bad game, but it may very well be the most a game has ever disappointed me. I have some problems with the plot outside of the Arkham Knight, but none quite as disheartening. It just felt like such a lame way to end what was otherwise an incredibly awesome trilogy. Ending on a low note, guys. What a shame. Jason fucking Todd, man. Shit. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe and follow me on Twitter. I've been Jack Morris, and this was Game Talk.
Well, I for one hope you enjoyed that, and if you didn't, why did you stick around till the end? I mean, you clearly weren't enjoying the video throughout, so clearly you shouldn't be here. Leave. Go. Get the fuck out. You gone? Alright, cool. So the rest of you who are still here, if you've enjoyed that video, feel free to subscribe to the channel. Follow us all on Twitter, there's links in the description to all of that. You can check out our merchandise store where you can get this hat. This hat is available in the store, guys. You can get it. It can be yours, not this exact one. This one's mine. This one's also a misprint. We fixed the one in the shop. That's actually why I bought it. Yeah, go check that. There's links to all that kind of stuff in the description, and check back soon for more videos.